Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon, guys. Sorry about that. I know we went right on. Oh boy, always not enough time. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream, April 23rd, just like that. Got both of the guys here by way of Florida, Tampa, that is. Chevy, the real Chevy. Got Torian, and then in Memphis, and I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. So today's topic, which is easier, wholesaling from home versus hitting the streets? So basically we're talking about virtual wholesaling versus wholesaling locally, which is easier if you're new to wholesaling. So we're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate where your cash or credit is no big deal. It's all about being able to locate and identify great deals. So if you will, please announce where you're located, not only the state, but the actual town or city, community, whatever you would like, just to build some context of who we're talking to and where you're located. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell so you are, if you're on YouTube, tap the little bell so you are alerted when we go live on YouTube, and then all the other places, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, and even Pinterest. So what's going on, guys?
What's up?
What's up, Flip? What's up? I like the avatars, man.
The new logo. Okay.
I put a lot of work in that. I don't know if I got it right, but anyway. There was several iterations.
I was laughing like crazy, man.
Yeah.
That is dope, though.
That's dope.
Several iterations of that. So.
Okay. That's what's up. Gemini Ways is in the house, of course. Welcome back, Gary Rawls. What's up, guys? Top of the AM. Little Jasper Safari is my first time seeing you here, so welcome to the live. The homie Ron, welcome back. Good afternoon. Joe James is saying good morning, everyone, coming from Moscow, Idaho. The homie Ron is in Kansas City. Little Jasper is in Fresno, California. Charlotte P is from LA, California. Soul Soldier is in Jacksonville, Florida. And Shazam is in Charlotte / Richmond, Virginia. Okay. And Skoda Martin, I put signs out but no calls. How can I improve calls? And they're also saying that they're in St. Louis, Missouri now.
How many signs did you put out? Number one, that's going to be a huge factor in what you have going. Then sign placement is even bigger. And then how many of those signs are still up, right? So all of that will factor in. Sort of hard to troubleshoot without knowing some of those decent details, because they can be very effective if done the correct way.
Yes, they're saying it's pronounced Shonda. That's how it's pronounced. Okay. Well, welcome to the live. It's my first time seeing you here, so welcome. Shonda. And Gemini Ways is saying she's from Denver, which is Mayberry, Colorado. And
Nah.
Shazam, the Centurion, looks mad as hell on the lineup. It's just me, like
It was just the image that I used. I'm sorry. I'll do better.
it's cool. I like the image. What is that guy's name? That's the type of style. What's his name? The artist.
Well, this is supposed to be anime right here. Supposed to be right.
Anime.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is supposed to be anime here. So,
The animation.
however they say it, but yeah, you're talking about Studio Ghibli or Ghibli style.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, Ghibli. That's what a lot of people started using when ChatGPT released this new image generation tool or whatever.
Because ChatGPT is actually pretty amazing how they figured out how to actually get the naming, the words right.
Oh yeah, that's huge because a couple of the other ones do okay, but they still hadn't mastered it or whatever. So yeah, that was huge. That was huge.
Like we've been talking about that, just like it's not too far for a time where it's actually going to do the letters right, and they did it. So that
Yeah.
means that the rest of the industry is going to get in line now. You know?
Oh, they got it. Yeah, they'll be in line now. Somebody even improved that even more. So yeah, that's how that normally goes.
Relationship in real estate, says D from Cleveland, Ohio, and the question is, do you recommend a virtual assistant?
Yeah. Depending on your task, will go a long way. But to answer your question, yeah, for sure.
All right. And Gemini Ways, I like the images, the three flippaneers.
Veneers. I like that.
All right, all right. Charlotte P, do you use the same offer letter for houses and land that is on Zump?
No. It'll need to be edited some to reflect how land is. You make offers on land.
All right. And I think relationship and real estate saying thank you. Any recommendations?
Oh, well, I have a company that I work with that I've referred people to. If you email me or text me, I'll be happy to provide the same information to you.
Don't like Instagram flip man
It's not on.
that I can see. You know, maybe
Oh,
it could be mine.
my bad. It's not. I thought I had clicked it, but there we go.
Lincoln, good morning, fellas. Information time. Houston, Texas, in the house. We have people from all
H-Town.
over. H-Town. Home of UGK for life.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we're 10 minutes in. People are warming up. It's hump day.
Oh, Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. And we are still comping properties. So if you have a property that you want to get comped or our opinion on the property, just put in the address and whether it's land or property.
Hey, Flip, you remember that little 700 square foot house?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he'll take 20 grand.
Was it 700 or 640 something?
643. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. What did he start out at?
27.5.
Okay. I'm sort of mixed up on which one we're talking about, but okay. Well,
That was the one. That was the one that was in
in Mobile.
in Mobile.
Yeah. Like we looked at like 4 of them, I think, down there.
That one was 507 Booker Street.
What was the zip on it?
That one. said 36604. Yeah, 644 square feet. And it was like we just need to see what it looked like from the inside. But he was like the whole property need to be gutted and redo.
And Charlotte P has some land that she wants to get reviewed. And this is in Moreno Valley, California.
Okay. What's the address?
It's a 13622
13622
Day Street, Day Street, and it's in Moreno Valley, California.
Yeah. So, okay. Now something like this, it's already at full price. It's only getting 3 views per day, right? Well, it ain't getting 3 views per day. What am I saying? It's not even getting a view per day. It's been on the market for 216 days. So we wouldn't even target this. This is tremendously overpriced. Obviously, there's no level of motivation here. But I'll go through it. But you don't target these, right? For a number of reasons. But the main reason is they're in total la land on the pricing, right? We can't look at it the same way we look at houses on this stuff here, right? But we'll just take a closer look to see probably where it should be, and if you just want to make an offer on it, you make an offer on it. But let's see here. I need to reach out to Jeff. Which one is it? Ain't I? California, where the place you want to be. Okay, so it's this property right here. So it's an actual acre. When is it commercial? Let's see. No, it says residential, and this is in Riverside County. How big is this one here? That's 1.3. This stuff seems to be really cheap in here based on just me clicking on it a little bit. I'm not sure where he's coming up with that 800 and some change from. Let's just do this. How many acres is it? What is it? All right, so this property is not quite an acre. And if we're looking at very similar properties, that's the closest one by sold for 489. It's a little bigger though, and it sold at 270. Well, it's actually just pending. My bad. It's just pending. There's one that's 4 miles away. It's a little bigger. That's probably, these two right here are going to probably be a really good reference. I'll just use these two right here. And this one. All right, so that gives us a number of about 286,000 an acre. So it's right at an acre. So 274 would be an ideal number, just based on what these have sold for recently that are not too far from there. unless it's a factor in there that I'm not aware of. Let me read the notes on it. Property has preliminary construction plans for 26 units. Okay, development or just under an acre. The 3-story construction project consists of 20 units that are one bedroom. The buildings also include manager office. Okay, so if I'm reading this correctly, it's been approved, which that does make a huge difference. Currently, property has a duplex consisting of 1 unit, 1 bath, topography report as completed, along with soil reports. Construction cost is proposed 26 units. Building is not included in sales price. The construction cost of the proposed 26 units. That's a huge factor to know that number. Say property has preliminary plans for construction, senior housing, or just under an acre. 3-story construction project consists of 20. It don't say that it was approved for it. It says have plans. If you wanted to dig deeper into the question, I would ask them, have they, is it shovel ready? Is the question. And if it's not shovel ready, what would it take to get it shovel ready? But we know this is not the number. Let me just say that, because if they have approved plans from the city, which I wouldn't think they would go. Well, you know what? They got to do this first before they have the plans approved from the city. They have to create the plans or whatever. So if these are approved plans to build this, it would be worth more than this number here for sure, right? But it still is not the number that they're asking, which is the 850. So if you just wanted to dive deeper into it, you would reach out to them and see those plans been approved by whatever municipality that governs this particular piece of real estate. We go from there.
All right. Next question comes from Lincoln. Said, "Do you believe in virtual driving for dollars?" Yes, Houston, city of Trio. Yeah. UGK for life. So, do you believe in virtual driving for dollars? I think that goes to the topic.
Yeah, it goes into the topic. We'll get to it.
Okay. So 70. How does getting a survey for a split and flip work, and is it super expensive?
It will vary from market to market depending on the complexity of the property, meaning what your intent. If it's just a simple survey for well, I don't say we, because we probably wouldn't pay for that, but it can range from a few $100s up until almost 10 grand. It's just going to depend how big the property is, how easy it is to access. It's going to be a number of things. And whenever you talk to a surveyor, they just not going to give you a price. They have to see it first. In most cases, they can give you a range, maybe depending on who you talk to, but they're going to have to somewhat really look at the property to give you a price on it. So it's just going to be just property to property. It's better just to talk to them about it. You obviously want to shop it around, talk to multiple surveyors in a particular market that would service that particular area, and they would give you a price. But it can be all over the place as far as pricing based on the property and what you actually like, how many splits you're going to do. All of that will factor into it too. So it can be a little difficult pulling teeth. Like that list that we're building and we're going through surveyors. Without having a property identified, they can give you some general stuff. Yeah, you can do this in this county, blah, blah, blah. But it is still like pulling teeth when talking to them, so. But on the flip side of that, it's still, unless there's documentation out there on a county that's easy to identify and tell you exactly what it is, what it would cost, what's needed to do a minor subdivide. It's still easier than trying to deal with the city or the county of a particular market in general, from my experience.
All right. And T-Shawn Jackson just wanted to say that intro stays lit. It's the bomb, as well as Gemini Ways agrees. Boom, boom, boom. All is well. It's my first time seeing you here with Al Pacino. Why they lost it at 800K?
I guess he meant the list. Why did they list it at 800K?
Listed. Okay. I see what you're saying.
I have no idea, man. It's amazing. You know, I have no idea.
Well, I saw a couple of that was 1.2 million that wasn't too far. And when you was in Land Insights, do you think that they have something to do with it?
They'll probably do something like that, but it's going to be huge to know. It's going to be very significant to know, even though they have those plans created. Ideally, if you're trying to sell, especially at that price point, you know, has the city actually approved it? And then they're talking about no cost have been included in. Well, which they may not have gotten that far as getting an actual bid from developers for a project like that, you know, but that would be very helpful. And before I know I was going to purchase that, I guess you would have to do that due diligence yourself if someone was going to take on something like that.
All right. And Dave wanted to inform you. I said, hello, guys. Todd, update. I will be able to get the owner's sale today after 5 p.m. and I'll let you know what they say about the apartment complex.
Okay, cool.
All right. And All Is Well has a question. What state would you say is the hottest place to wholesale from your experience? I guess we talked about that when virtual wholesale, the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Rudy Hard, welcome to the live. Hello, everyone, and thank you for this educational webinar. I appreciate you three for your time and knowledge. We appreciate you for joining us today. So,
thank you, Sila.
And Lincoln, would you consider finding deals on Crexie, especially the sellers open to seller financing or substitute?
Yeah, if they're open to owner financing, being listed becomes not as important at that point. And you know, obviously, subject to the form of owner financing. So.
All right. And Shazam is saying that he has 3 vacant hotels in NC, North Carolina.
Get in contact with the owner, see if they want to sell. Hit me up.
All right. And Lincoln said, thank you. Yeah, that's what I see right now.
Okay. That's not what I meant to do there. I guess we can get 24 minutes in. I guess we can get to the topic if y'all ain't got
Someday, man.
Y'all ain't got nothing to say.
Okay.
So today's topic, and this is for if you're new to wholesaling, and maybe you're not, which is easier, wholesaling from home, which is virtual, versus hitting the streets, which is local. Okay. So first of all, I guess we need to define from home means, let's define wholesaling real estate from home. Again, that means virtual wholesaling. So in most cases, I would assume in this day and age, you're going to be using the internet. I guess you could you have done it years ago without the internet? I guess you would have to get newspapers from different markets, because a lot of people would target properties that were advertised in the newspaper when that was a thing. Just think about that. Newspapers really, I know they exist, but they really don't, you know, especially locally or whatever. You know, you used to have the classifieds and all of that or whatever, because that's how I found my first buyer, through advertising the property I had on the contract in the classifieds. That's what I was instructed to do from the wonderful course I had. Now that doesn't even exist anymore.
No.
But anyway, so now we have the internet. That's why we're all here right now. Everybody that's on this right now have access to the internet. One of the greatest inventions. It got to be top 5 inventions of the mankind after probably fire and what's after. I ain't gonna try to go through. We'll go through that later. But anyway, so you're here because you have the internet. So because you're here, you have the internet. It can be leveraged for doing real estate deals beyond where you live, aka virtual wholesaling, aka wholesaling real estate from home. All right. So just off the top, that means you're going to open yourself up to more opportunities, generally speaking. Because I don't care if New York City is the most populated metro area in the country. Even if you were wholesaling there, the rest of the country is still bigger than there, if you know what I mean. Now, of course, in a market of that size, you don't ever have to go outside that market and become a millionaire many times over, right? But again, you can still go beyond those borders and find deals and do the same thing, duplicate your efforts. Or you may be in the flip flop of that and be from a town that I'm from, originally from, and it's less than 1,000 people. That wouldn't be a barrier for you to still do deals because you have access to the internet, right? Flip side, all right, say versus wholesaling or hitting the streets, meaning right in your backyard. So now it's about, if you're talking about houses now it's about the number of people that are in the market because you need transactions and transactions to occur a lot, right? So in order for that to happen, there needs to be a significant amount of people. So you can find those motivated sellers. So if you have more people, that means more people are going to die. It is what it is. If you have more people, that means more people are going to get a divorce. It is what it is. If you have more people, you're going to have more people to target that are losing their jobs. It is what it is. You have more people, you're going to have situations where people don't live in that area, but they have inherited a property and they're never going to move back there, no matter the size or whatever. That's an option. You're going to have situations, you're going to have more people that are going to have tax issues, property tax issues, if it's more people in a particular area. So when someone asks me, like the earlier question is, what are some of the hottest states to wholesale in? It's sort of hard for me. I guess I could get into some raw numbers and see, but it really just boils down to, is there enough people? Because the way I'm going to look at it is that life creates opportunities for us as real estate investors / wholesalers. And what I mean by life, as I was just saying a moment ago, people die. That's a life thing that allows opportunities to potentially present themselves. Foreclosure, because the income, job loss, or just effing up some money, whatever it is, that bill ain't being paid, it presents opportunities. So the more people in an area, the more those opportunities going to present itself. We said job loss, relocation, divorce, kids going off to school, as far as tuition, medical situations, which can throw you into just an entire another realm and just absorb all your savings or investments. And now you need to liquidate some stuff. So for me, it's just, do I have enough people to target? Because life will present the opportunities. I just have to make sure that I am doing an effective job of letting them know I exist. So when my time comes, as far as my opportunity, because Chevy may hit them up today and they don't want to do anything. I hit them up 30 days from now and just life is a you know what, and now they want to sell even though Chevy just called them 30 days ago. Now this thing, COVID, existed. It didn't exist 30 days ago and the way it did. You don't think that presented some serious opportunities for people? A lot of people had to get out of the landlording business because people would not pay them. That presented a lot of opportunity. Who saw that coming? Now I'm talking about 30 days before it just really hit. They may have had 8 properties, was whistling along Chevy like it wasn't nothing, man. And then 7 of those people stopped paying. Oh my. Like I didn't know I was, teetering like this.
Yeah.
So I didn't know I was teetering like this or whatever, But anyway, so you have to make your own decision on that. Now, of course, we promote the KISS method here, which is basically, you can do it locally, obviously, but it allows you to get in the game and start to pursue virtual wholesaling right from your laptop or desktop. It's just going to provide more opportunities at the end of the day.
So that'll answer the person that was asking about, do you believe in virtual driving for dollars? The answer is yes. And you talked about New York. So hottest places to wholesale from your experience. Um, are you saying the larger
Well, I guess I technically didn't answer that
okay.
question. Well, I've had the most success where I live. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I just say outside of where I live, um, what have I done most? I've never really just targeted a place. Um, I've done a few deals in Miami over the years or whatever. So I don't know if that's the hottest, but I know it just always just turning over. It turns over everywhere, but down there is just always turning over because it's one of the places people desire to go to. There's a lot of money down there. There's a lot of money down
I don't know why all of a sudden your mic sounds muffled for some reason.
there. Oh,
Is it for me? Is that just for me?
how now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? That better?
Yeah, it's better. You good?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so you heard it too, Chevy?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was just me. All right. So you answered both of those. Did you want to say something, Chevy? About
Yeah. I mean, as far as wholesaling versus in the streets, I would say because I mean we've been away from Shreveport for damn near like 4 years, and we still doing deals in Shreveport successfully. Just because we build a solid foundation there, and you know, I think I think virtual with the internet, you could go anywhere in the country and make money, man. That's just the power of the internet, which is pretty phenomenal. So like virtual, like just being at home, like if you're like, man, I don't have no car, I can't do nothing, like just being at home, you can make money from home with no problem at all. Too easy.
too easy.
Too easy for sure.
Yeah, like I've had to a couple of people that have um, gotten some recent coaching from me or whatever. Or I tell them we couldn't do it. Let me just say, I asked them, did they have a laptop or a desktop? It's going to be very difficult if you don't, right? And even if you have one, I've had to start asking, how old is it? A gentleman the other day said his was from 2009. I said, Jesus used that one. That was a laptop Jesus used, man. Golly. It was barely working, as you could imagine, being that old or whatever. So he went out and bought one or whatever. So, but I told him, uh, you can get one around 300, maybe 350. You can probably get one for 250, depending on where you go. Definitely online, you can order off Best Buy or something like that. Most people, I'll put it like this: if you someone got a laptop that old, you don't need to spend more than that because that really ain't what you do, right? Because you really only just need to be able to use the internet, send an email. Don't spend anything because they're getting there, try your older sell you if you go in the wrong place. You don't need more than that. You don't need more than that. 350 with tax should be a max, right? And don't buy a Chromebook, buy an actual laptop. You can get an HP or Levino. Is that how you say it, Tori?
Lenovo.
Lenovo. Okay. What I say?
What you said?
Oh, Lenovo. So, I buy Mac. So anyway, one of those outfits, and you'll be in the game.
All right, Phil W. Flipman. I was looking at some of my leads. Saw one of my leads that was sold at 25K. I offered 36K. Don't think I had a response. What do you think happened?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question.
Fast enough. I don't know. They sold it earlier. It could have been
so
many different reasons why that happened, but at least it could have sold.
It could have been the agent bought it. You never know.
Especially if they didn't respond.
Yeah, they smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
But I would think if they bought it and you was willing to, they still would have made 10.
Yeah.
Reselling it,
Yeah, you just never know what happened there.
Yeah, you never know. Did it Melvin, welcome to the live coming from Facebook. It's my first time seeing you here. Do you think it's easier to sell on market or off market for wholesaling?
Definitely off market, because anytime you can deal directly with the owner, which is off market, ain't no question about that. You removed another decision maker from the deal. A realtor is involved. That's a decision maker in most cases. They can influence. Let me put it like this: they can influence the decision, right? For years, I would have said, "Yeah, that's only on market." No. You learn, new information. Hey, but to answer your question, you dealing directly with the decision maker with not an additional influencer in it. So definitely off market. Now, off market, to generate that may be a little bit more difficult, especially if you don't have a budget at all to generate those leads. Then yeah, okay, we go with the KISS method, blah blah blah, or whatever. But if you got a marketing budget, yeah, you should always include that on top of, in my opinion, as many you need as many methods as you can put in play to generate leads. Definitely do it if you have the resources and the time and skill management to do that. Because I remember when I went out and seen the guys that do direct mail for me whenever I do it out in St. Louis. They deal with guys that spend $100K a month in direct mail. You know what I'm saying? So the owner of the company, when he and I were just sitting down and talking, I can't think of the dude's name. He was like, I was like, well, why would somebody? Because I was trying to just compare, if you spend $6,000 on a mail campaign versus spending, I don't know, $600 on cold calling a text message. He said, that whenever you're not doing a method, and you can't do all of them, some people can do multiples and do them at a high level. He said you're gonna always leave money on the table, right? Because someone that'll call a bandit sign may never talk to you on a cold call. Someone that'll respond to a text message may never respond to a direct mail piece. Someone that'll respond to a direct mail piece would never call a bandit sign. So it's just gonna go back and forth because people or attentions are captured in different ways, right? So I don't know what the number is. I know I looked it up a year or so ago, but 40% of residential properties, I think in real estate in general, but definitely residential properties are owned by baby boomers. Now, the baby boomer crowd, I hadn't checked, I think it's from 58 to 78, 79, somewhere in there, maybe. I can look it up really quick. That's a lot of real estate, and that's a huge a segment of the population. A lot of them, like my mom, where she's beyond the baby boom age, they read their mail. You know what I'm saying? Literally every piece, they look at it and read it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge segment of the population that reads their mail that own real estate. So you have to just take that in consideration. A lot of them still have landlines, right? My mom, a lot of older people do, but a lot of them still have their land. They just think they just can't exist without a landline in their house. It just, what if something happens? You know what I'm saying? And I can't charge my phone, which is true. Charge my what do you call it? My smartphone, my cell phone, or whatever. They'll actually have the wired landline, not a what do you call it? You can walk around in the house with it. You ain't got to be attached to a wire. The cordless phone.
Wireless phone?
Yeah. Cordless phone. Yeah. So all those things, my point is, it's just people will respond to different marketing methods in all types of ways or whatever. So it's just like when you text a lot of these agents, they don't respond back to you because they want to talk. You're just going to have those individuals. They want to talk. They don't want to do it through text. I want to talk or whatever. So that's just the way it is.
For sure.
Just the way it is.
Gemini Ways, she was saying she can't believe we don't have questions. Guess that means folks are here for the awesome motivation.
Well, I guess it might be the last show, y'all. We done learned everything. We've exalted everything that we know.
Exalted all avenues.
It's on all avenues. Hey.
I was just thinking, I was like, man, we do this 3 times a week. We're at like 3 times a week. We've been doing this going on like what 8 months.
Right.
So that's how long I've been a part.
Right. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So like 12 shows a month. Whew, times 8. That's what, like 96.
Show.
At least 80 shows at least. Easy.
Yeah, at least that. Close to 100.
At least. Cause I was looking at the channel. It was like 2,200 videos. I'm like, man,
It's getting up there.
up there.
Shazam! Any thoughts on this one, guys? This is in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm assuming this is a house.
Let's see. Keep it up. Put it back up. Let me look at it. Okay, there it is.
That's
all right. Let's see here. So this one is a house that's listed for $254,900.
That's just the way
10K price cut. Been on the market 77 days. I mean, it said it's income producing two photos though. That's a good thing.
I love that. Some decent views though.
Mm-hmm.
How long have been trying?
They had what, 34,000 price cut. I mean, I would still make an offer on the KISS method. See what's up.
Yeah, just see what's up.
So yeah.
That's just the way it is.
So it's at 60%? No, 50, right?
Yeah. 120, 125.
125, 127.
127. That's just the way it is.
all right.
Be the same.
And the homie Ron has a question. Flip, just to be clear, the listings on Craigslist, yes to OF without an agent.
Well, most of the stuff that's on Craigslist is going to be, listed with the broker. Most of it. The terms have to make sense, still. But yeah. That gets at least my attention. So.
All right. And Dennis is saying that you are the African-American version of Carlton Sheets.
I don't know if that's I don't know if that's good or bad. You know what? This okay. So everybody know my little story on. Well, some people might not know who Carlton Sheets is. Carlton used to run infomercials for no money down real estate, right? And so the infomercials, they just testimonials of people saying, "Hey, he helped me make this much money," blah blah. So they wouldn't tell you anything. So it inspired me to look deeper. I didn't order his course initially. I ordered Ron LeGrand's course on the suggestion from a message board. And so I had started making some money and everything, right? And so I still ordered Carlton's course. And when I got it, it was so disappointing. Oh my God, it was disappointing.
Why though?
Oh my God, it was disappointing. It didn't tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was just, if you didn't know anything about real estate, you're going to be introduced to some terms that you were not aware of, but it didn't give any instruction on how to go about, complete transaction. At least what I purchased now. I don't know if somebody else might have got something else. Now, it was definitely an upsell in that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let me take this out. It was an upsell in that, right? And so that's part of the reason why him and a couple other people courses I ordered. I was still ordering courses and I was making money, right? But I just trying to find something different that I was doing. At some point, I just stopped ordering or whatever, because I really wasn't, I was seeing I wasn't learning anything from at least the people I was ordering from or whatever. And so when I decided to start putting out content myself, I said, I ain't want to be like that. I didn't want to tease people in that way or whatever. If I'm going to do it, I'm just going to tell you what I know. Those that either whether you can afford to pay me for coaching or not, won't matter. Run with it. Change your family situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just a tool. You got to still put the work in or whatever. And so, but I also knew at the same time it would allow me, a lot of things were going to be accomplished in doing it that way. It was going to allow me to meet people like Chevy, you know what I'm saying? So, and other people I've met over the years just through that. Like just using these as a reference point. I knew Pace and Jamil before they were Pace and Jamil, that pretty much everybody on here knows or whatever. But it comes from all the free content that I put out there over those years, just spilling my guts on what I knew. And so, and then it fed a hobby of me liking the internet. It fed a hobby at the same time. And then the other thing, the way that come from is when I first started doing this, I was just excited. I would tell friends and family members about it or whatever. And only maybe one or two people actually did something, but I talked to a lot of people. I would spend a lot of time with them, right? And I said, oh, this is how this works. People will waste your time. Oh, this how this will work. So that's why when people reach out to me, they were like, well, you help me. We do. Yeah, that makes sense. See, my man, if I teach it to you, then we just go make some money together. Just la la land. Just the world made out of marshmallows. You know what I'm saying? But it don't work that way. People waste your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, that may not even be your intent. That may not even be your intent. Your intent is, Tyrone, you help me. I'm gonna make it happen, right? And there's people out there that will do that now. I'm gonna make it happen. But the problem with that is we got this, I was talking about it earlier, this thing called life. Sometimes it just gets in the way and you can't do it. You just can't. It won't allow you to do it at this moment. But damn, what happened to my time I just spent in? that got some value, don't it? Or whatever. So that's why your boy got to be compensated a little bit up front. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what you do, I am at least made a little bit. I think I don't charge as much nearly as what I should charge for what I know and what I can help you do or whatever, but that is what it is. So I was like, I'll give it away for free. And those that want to actually deal with me one-on-one, I'll charge for that. So giving it away for free establishes a lot of trust. I don't have anything to gain when I'm just telling you from A to Z on how to do something. You run with it or whatever. So, but anyway, I don't know. Oh, he's talking about the Carter sheet. So that's why I like I ain't gonna say I'm better than Carlton, but I'm better than Carlton because I think they teased even after you purchased. That's what I really couldn't stand. I was like, now I knew what he was talking about because I was doing it. I knew how to feel in the hole, but hell, if you ain't never done this, you don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. You have no understanding.
You ain't gonna have no understanding. Like, lease option, and no instruction. You just briefly explain what it means, but no instruction. That stuff it's details of that stuff, a lot of nuances or whatever. And so I was just very disappointed when I offered it. Now, what it can also do, though, on the flip side, I'm sure what Carlton really did it for me. It inspired you because it inspired me to look deeper. Some people just let it go. This don't work. Blah blah blah. It inspired me to look deeper, right? But I looked deeper before I purchased it. I just asked a question to someone, in a message board, and I was lucky enough. Someone answered and gave me a better source, which was more detailed, which was Ron LeGrand. Right. So I would rather be compared to Ron than other. Now Ron's stuff ain't free neither, but I'm just saying he ain't gonna give you all this game up free. But I'm just saying if I'm gonna be compared to one over the other, definitely Ron, because his stuff was on point. It was on point. It was too much information.
All right. And Dennis also wants to know, do you have lot buyers in the Atlanta metro area?
That won't be difficult. Yeah, I got a very close relative that works for um, a development firm over there. They're always looking.
All right. And T-Shawn Jackson, hey Ty, what do you mainly do for marketing nowadays? Bandit signs, direct mail, or cold call lists you pull?
In reality, don't do bandit signs. Haven't done direct mail in a minute. Really don't do the cold calling. Um, Mainly, most of my stuff is from you guys and just pointing you in the right direction. So my reach is decent. It could be a lot better. So I just get a lot of stuff in that way. Now, what we do internally, let me back up. We do target land internally. Let me back up. We do target land internally or whatever through cold calling. Yeah, cold calling. But for houses, I don't really look for those per se. I just let you guys send stuff. It makes sense, or whatever. But my basic targets are land, self-storage, multifamily, some hotel, motels, or whatever. Oh, and tomorrow, well, we won't post this tomorrow, but hopefully I can get Tammy recorded tomorrow, and I'll get that video up over the weekend. She's a commercial real estate wholesaler, been doing it for, I guess, 18, 19 years or whatever. And she's, I think you'll be entertained and informed.
And when you just said that, my wife thought you said Tammy.
Oh, that is her name. Yeah,
It is.
yeah, that's this lady's name, Tammy. Yeah.
Thought I done said something to you.
Yeah, that is her name.
Put her to work.
Tammy Earp. EARP.
Did you want to answer that one as well?
What did it say? Oh,
about what he's mostly using for marketing.
I mean, right now it's we do referrals and we do cold text messages like religiously, like crazy. And then we used to do PPL and we used to do cold calling also, but right now it's just cold text messages.
Let's see here. Rudy Hart. I don't know if I didn't hear Ty right, but did he say don't buy a HP laptop and why?
He said don't buy a Chrome.
Don't buy a Chromebook. So I said HP and what was the name of it?
Lenovo.
Lenovo is the two commonly one. There are others, but my point is that it should be a budget of $350. You shouldn't have to go. You shouldn't have to go over that. You shouldn't have to go. You're probably gonna be able to stay under 300, especially if you like order online off of Best Buy or whatever. Matter of fact, let's do this. We're about all show and tell here. Best Buy, you ain't giving me a dime on this, but I'm all about helping the peoples. So no, you don't need more of this for sure. But let's see here. So we're gonna go to the old Google. All right, and Google is still useful for some, ain't it? Huh? Let's see.
Come on now.
Laptop.
I think OpenAI trying to buy Chrome from Google.
What? Chrome extensions?
They're trying to buy Chrome from.
Oh, you mean the Chrome browser?
Yeah, the Chrome browser.
Man, they ain't gonna say that's the whole game.
That ain't right.
That's the whole game, huh? Here we go. Best Buy. All right, not that you got to buy. It's not the only place you can order a laptop. It's just a lot of times you have the option to locally and go in the store on top of it. But normally they're going to have deals online that they're not going to have that they're not going to have in the store. So can I sort this by? Let me see. Let's see. Computer, the deal, and I thought I could sort it.
You have to go in there. They showing you the sales.
Oh, that's what they're doing. Yeah, you're right. Let me see. Computers, laptops.
You're talking about sorted by price.
Yeah, laptops. There we go. Let me see. Let me see.
Click on whether you're looking for Windows.
Yeah, we're looking for Windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking for Windows. And then I think I had a thing I could do the price point in here. Let's see. There we go. There we go. We're cooking with some gas now, baby. Let's see here. What we get for 250? 250. There we go.
Asus.
How you say it? Lenovo? Yeah, Lenovo. Asus.
Asus.
There's an HP right there. These ain't Chromebooks, so let me see.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, all these put you in the game, don't they, Tori?
Yeah. No, that's a Chromebook.
Yeah, there's a Chromebook right here. We don't want that.
You gotta make sure
16 gigs.
not refurbished.
16 gigs. Yeah, that's you in there. Right there. There's Lenovo.
There's some refurbishers in here.
Right there. What you looking at? The Yoga 7i. I mean.
And
it's touchscreen. It's a Core i5. Definitely.
Yeah, this right here. This not refurbished.
It's just open box.
It's open box.
Yeah, it's just open box. I mean, those be fine.
That's sold out right there. Yeah, so you all get the point. You can get a laptop for under $300, man. You know what I'm saying? You're in the game.
Now, if it says laptop go, that's a Chromebook.
That's a Chromebook. Okay.
Yeah, that's a Chromebook. But there's some in there. The range, definitely.
You're in the game.
You're in the game.
You updated. That'll last you.
You got 2 or 3 deals.
Hey, do you buy 2 or 3 deals, and then
get you a MacBook.
Then
Get you a Mac.
Then you get you one of these right here. See, your boy got 2 of them right there. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, get you a Mac, you upgrade. Then your whole experience, change your whole world.
Charlotte wants to know what was you about to say, Chevy?
I was going to say the Macs are very easy to portable. Like they're very light. I like it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Can you bypass the realtor and just go straight to the owner if the house or land is listed by the realtor?
You know what?
Cutthroat. No.
Ethically, how you say that? Ethically, huh?
Ethically, yeah, somewhere around there. No.
No, you're not supposed to do that. But I was thinking, I'm sure someone probably does it. They probably build a list of all the listed properties and they still send out offers to the seller directly. Now, what a lot of times going to happen, and I don't think nothing illegal about it. It can't be. Can it? I don't know.
I mean, you're not licensed, so you're good.
Yeah, as long as you're not licensed, you're good. And a lot of times, and just do. What am I talking about? I know it. I know ain't nothing wrong with it, because if you're doing your proper amount of marketing, you're gonna run into those anyway. Oh, it's listed. You get that? I'm sure. Chevy, through your text message.
Oh yeah,
it's listed already. Not that stops you, but they just know.
And they send you to the realtors.
Yeah, sometimes. Now you have, I'm sure you have owners to call you, maybe when you've done bandit sign or something, and they've called you and the property listed. They being proactive themselves, even though it's listed, because they not. You're just gonna have people like that ain't gonna let the realtor do their job. You know what I'm saying? They gonna still be trying to. Realtors prefer that they don't do that.
Sometimes they take too long. Sometimes realtors just listed and they don't do nothing else. We just did a sub 2 deal in January just because the property was listed and the realtor wasn't doing much, and we target the seller. No, actually the seller filled out a lead form, and then it was like, yeah, my realtor ain't doing much. I'm really trying to sell the house. We went and walked and was like, man, the house is crap. Like, you gotta do something different. It was like, I'm desperate. What I need to do? Them
the greatest words in real estate.
I'm desperate. What do I need to do? Oh man, if that's not motivation, I don't know what is.
Yeah, because people say they're a motivated seller. The price does not indicate that they're motivated.
Right.
They're just talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
Price doesn't indicate that they're motivated. Hey, you'll see that a lot of times in the description when you're looking at property, motivated seller. The price doesn't indicate that.
Absolutely, man. You and then you have to be able to distinguish between someone motivated and someone not. Like if somebody say, "Well, I'm not desperate. I'm not going to give it away."
Hey, the worst words you want to hear. hey, say it again. Hey,
I'm not desperate. I'm not going to give it
I'm
away.
not gonna give it away, man.
Hey,
I'm gonna have to restart our Instagram.
You gotta listen to those key words, man. You gotta understand how to talk to sellers for sure.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Chevy, when you hear, I'm not just gonna give it away. What's the likelihood of you close that deal? 10 being the highest, not to close it.
9.
9, yeah.
Because I'll still. It depends if we're close to the numbers, right? If the numbers are close, I just need to get them where we need to be. So
let's just say they were asking retail and they say that.
Oh no, we ain't even wasting no time. What you talk about, man? That sounds crazy. No, that sounds ridiculous. No, we're not gonna waste no time. Like you asking retail and you're not gonna give it away, yeah, we good. Now, if you're let's just say the house is worth 300,000, let's just say you're at 200 and we're at 150. I mean, come on.
You're not far. You're not far.
We can meet somewhere. Absolutely. And they like, well, we just need an offer that makes sense. So yeah, that's all it is. It all lines up that way. Yeah. And when it's due, it's fun.
Oh, I'm not just gonna give it away.
And when it's
like my girl on Fatal Attraction. Oh, I will not be ignored, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Michael. Hey, boy, when you out there in that game, you don't want to hear that, boy. Hey, oh, I will not be ignored.
And Mark, it's my first time seeing you here from Marlboro, South Carolina. And Gemini Wason, she's a boomer. She says she reads her mail. She still has a landline too. You know, because sometimes I want to do a lot of people still have landlines, you know, because
I ain't had one.
I know businesses do, but I'm just saying. And Charlotte says, "Oh no, don't leave." You talking about?
Oh, okay, that was the last show. Yeah. Hey, better ask some questions. Better go just make up something.
we was just talking about the time. Like,
come on, man. J. Smooth Anderson, could you go over how to get properties when they have the for sale sign up?
Oh, those are fun.
For sale by owner or realtor? I guess we'll go through both of them. Go ahead, Chef.
FSBOs are fun because it's seller don't want to pay no commission. That's their biggest motivation when they do that one. They like, nope, I do not want to pay no commission, so I'm going to put it up myself, try to sell it. And those are a lot of times depends on what they're asking. You're going to find some great motivation in for sale by owners for sure. And it's direct to the seller, so that's good as well. So you're going direct to the seller. It's very easy to find them, and now it's just about building rapport and make sure the numbers make sense. Compared to if you have a property that's listed with a realtor, now the realtor is the gatekeeper, is the middleman. So here's the thing: depends on how the condition of the property is really what's going to make sense. But if the property is fully renovated, fixed up, and all that stuff, understand, guys, we're a middleman. We're finding deals for an end buyer, so we want to look for something that is in distress and needs some work.
And Shonda is saying that they have been missing out on coming to the live.
She's brand new?
Must be. She's.
Where are you located, Shonda? The C is silent.
Yes, Shonda.
Yeah. So it's not Skanda, it's Shonda. Okay, that's interesting.
And Gemini Ways, what does FOBB mean on your shirt? T-shirt.
Hey, this is probably my most famous shirt. Like,
bro.
Yeah, I'm all on the airplane, and this what is the dude? But what do you call it? Is a dude a stewardess? Is that still a stewardess?
They're still scooters.
Airline
Okay.
stewardess. Yeah.
And what did he whisper? Man, he said,
Did you say he whispered?
yeah. Because he didn't want people to know that
He didn't want nobody to hear.
he,
Yeah.
he was doing his job. So he was like, stand by, let's get it. I just died laughing.
Oh, okay.
Like,
It was too funny, man. Oh my God, I'm talking about because you trying to get your stuff and
right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the last thing on my mind. And he said that, boy, I died laughing, man. That was too funny.
Said, stand by, let's get it.
Hey, I remember one time, I think this may have been the first time somebody recognized me outside of Birmingham. As I was at, I think I was at a blackjack table. I was going to a blackjack table in Memphis, and I was getting my skull cracked. And
you mean Tunica?
Yeah. I say Memphis, you know what I mean? Yeah, Tunica. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And so I was getting my skull cracked, and I was just trading table, trying to change my luck. And this dude, Flip Man. I wasn't in the right 5 9 for that mess. But anyway, I talked to him. We talked or whatever and stuff. My skull cracked. And I think that was the first time somebody recognized me.
Speaking of that, I was just telling somebody, I'm not a real big gambler, but I do realize that when you're gambling, you have a lot of superstitions. Like people standing around you when you're playing and all that stuff. Do you have those? Or?
No, not really. I don't. No, trust me, I had enough of them that didn't work out that I don't have them.
It don't matter.
I ain't been in a minute though. Wow.
Take my word for it. Thanks for the. Well, it's my first time seeing you on here. When making an offer on a portfolio, do you kiss the portfolio price or each property in the portfolio? That's a really good question.
Typically you wanna know what the seller value each house at. And cause not all houses are created the same. So you want to know what the seller value each house at, because you want to know if they open to breaking it up as well, because you might be able to move a few and not all of it. So you just want to get an understanding as far as what the seller is trying to do with the houses, and are they open to selling them off individually, and then kiss them individually. What do you think, Ty?
Yeah. You want to break them down one by one. You have to.
Because you might be able to move one and not the other, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or assuming they'll let you split it up.
Yep.
You'll peel off.
Shonda wants to know what in the world is the KISS method.
Shonda, you brand new, baby. KISS says keep it super simple. Just a basic. It's a simple technique that we came up with to number one, to help you get started. Most wholesalers, real estate investors, there's going to be one extreme or the other when they get started. And the most important thing and why this all works is that you understand two things: that you need to be making a lot of offers to sellers in some form or fashion. The other thing is you have to be able to recognize a deal, a great deal. So in most cases, and why most people fail, is that when they first hear about this, they'll take action immediately, right? But they disregard the important part of it is it needs to be a great deal. That's the only reason you'll have value to a cash buyer, which is why you don't need actual money, is that you found a great deal that they were not aware of. You created or negotiated however it came about or whatever. And so that's literally money just literally fell out of the sky for them, right? And so so the KISS method and then the other extreme is that they'll get bogged down in how we can run the numbers. There's a more complex way of determining whether you have a great deal or not, that they are so unsure about their offers that they won't do anything. So what we try to do with the KISS method, we put together a free training that would allow you, it's about 33 minutes long, somewhere in there. After you watch that, you can literally start to take action, right? To start making offers on properties nationwide. Just to show you really quick, since you brought it up, we use this tool that I had developed called Zomps. Let me just remove it really quick and add it back. It's called Zomps, and I normally would have one of those shirts on today, but I went FOBB today. So you go here, you need to be on a laptop or desktop using Google Chrome, hit get extension, add to Chrome, add extension, and then boom. Then you go over to Zillow, right? I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. I just want to show you how many opportunities exist out there. So I'm just gonna choose Washington, Michigan. That's not where I'm targeting. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all filters, and I'm gonna change this to for sale. And I'm going to remove everything here. And then I'm going to remove the boundary. I'm going to turn this off. And then I'm going to zoom out to the entire United States of America. So Maine. So that's okay. So I thought I was right. All right. So then I'm going to draw. So Maine is right here. And I'm going to go around the rest of the country, right? Boom, 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 boom. All right, if I hit apply and it's not doing what I wanted it to do. So if we do only houses, there it is. There are over 685,000 properties available at one time. Remember, it used to be around 599 something. I told you during the spring, it's going to be more properties for sale. People generally try to sell more people try to sell their property during the spring and summer months versus the other months. So that's almost like another 100,000 properties that are available now compared to when I've shown this before. So now you have an endless opportunity to target properties nationwide over almost 700,000 at this point. So you won't run out, right? And so I put together this free training, like I said, with on the KISS method. All you have to do is text the word KISS, KISS, to 205-964-5243. Not saying it's easy by no means, but the main thing it makes you do is take action with a purpose, with some direction. And you can do that quickly.
And Gemini always said, yep, met Jamel and Ty. Thank you, Ty, for eliminating the need to do comps. KISS, it is for me. And Lincoln is saying, honestly, guys, you three are a blessing from God to take the time of your day out of your day to educate, support, and motivate.
Oh, I didn't put the thing.
Right. And Charlotte says, yes, you are better than culture sheets.
Yeah, I
Let's see here. And Mark has a question. Why no more bandit signs? That's a question.
Why no more bandit? I haven't said that by no means. Well, just think about it. Everybody has a smartphone, right? Like everybody. Some people have multiples, Some people have multiple smartphones, you know what I'm saying? So everybody have smartphones. I need 2 new ones. And you putting your message out there in front of them. We buy houses, 205-964-5243. Call or text. Let the numbers play out. Now, you have to do an effective job of putting the signs out. The amount of signs that you put out matters. Don't overcomplicate it. I know you want to look different and do all this stuff and put your picture on and all this, and then you ain't got enough room for that. These people are trying to read your message from a distance. They're trying to read your message from a distance. So we buy houses, maybe depending, if you're doing an 18 by 24, you do vertical, you could put a website in there. Obviously your phone number, call or text or whatever, that's possible, not needed. But, and then let the numbers play out. Now, if you're going to do it, they're expensive, and I don't even know what they probably cost this tariff on because a lot of the people get the materials from China. Oh my God, I need to call my girl. I hadn't done them in a while. I still got some in storage right now, or whatever. We don't really use that as a marketing technique or whatever. So, but they can be very, 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 very effective. Oh, I didn't get to the number you need. 100 is a minimum. Ideally, 200. Ideally, a minimum. And if you've never done it before, the worst thing you would ever want to do is say, you get your kids and load them up and y'all go put them out all on in the weekend. And Monday morning, they all down. That is devastating. Ask me how I know. All right. So you want to first scout out your market to see where they already exist. And some of you are going to have to get outside your comfort zone. If you live in a suburban area of a particular city, you might not be able to get away with them. A lot of times you can't. So you may have to go outside your comfort zone. Or maybe I'll just use a term that most of us know, in the hood. That's where they're going to exist a lot of times, right? It just is what it is. Some cities are more tighter on it than others. They're legal everywhere. Everywhere. All cities, all counties have ordinances against bandit signs until they want those same people to make those laws want you to vote for them. Isn't that interesting? But but like driving, you're in a 45 mile per hour speed zone. People drive 55, so it's gonna be up to you. And it ain't like you're gonna go to jail for it by no means. So you'll know they're gonna warn you if it's a big issue, they'll warn you or whatever. So, but they can be very effective is the point I'm making. But they have to be done right to get the bang for it. And if they're not staying up in a particular area, when I say stay up, you need to at least get about 3 or 4 weeks out of a good batch. If you just say you put out 200 and it took you 3 weeks to put out, you should next couple of weeks at least, and you can just drive around because just to monitor what you got going on. You have to put the work in on it. At least 150 of those still need to be up. If it, at least to get the bang that you're really looking for of calls just steadily coming in. But they can be big, and see that's a different type of call. The only thing that compares to that is. And it's probably better, but it's more expensive, is a pay per click. But pay per click is so much more expensive, right? But someone literally sit down and typed in, sell my house fast, buy my house fast, buy my house Birmingham, buy my house Los Angeles. So that's a different mindset. They're trying to sell it. They go to a website, fill out the form, or call, boom. Bandit signs are similar, but they're a lot less expensive, takes a lot more time or whatever, because if someone actually, let me see what they talk about. Y'all buy houses, they call you. Y'all buy houses? Yep, that's what the signs say. And so it's a different mindset if you cold call somebody or text message somebody, because they actually saw your message and they reached out to you. So you're halfway there because they want to sell, you want to buy. Now it's all about negotiations. It's just a different mindset when someone calls you from a bandit sign because they want to sell. Now you'll get your fools that'll call, but you don't do that. I don't care what type of marketing you do. But so they could be very, very effective, but they have to be done right, or you're going to be wasting your time and money. It takes time to put them out right. I've spent money paying people to do them, and I was never satisfied with paying someone to do it unless I was literally driving them around and showing them where to put the sign, like literally. Or whatever. So, but I did it in a couple of years or whatever. But anyway, so there you go.
Sherry Thomas wants to know cold text messages. That's a question. How does that work, Chevy? What service do you use? Where do you get your list, and how much does it cost?
Okay, so what I use is we use Deal Machine. We pay $180 a month. And we do they do unlimited skip tracing up to 30,000 exports and up to 60,000 storage a month. From Deal Machine, we do Go High Level, and we upload everything to Go High Level, and we text from Go High Level directly. So we could create as many. Right now we have like we have 50 numbers in Go High Level, and for every state or every city that we target, we create different area code phone numbers. Now understand that we was doing PPL, we was paying $125, $150 per lead, regardless of what comes in, right? So now we're paying right at $400 or $500 to run a business monthly.
Or you go to text to flip.
There you go.
.com and hey, click the link below.
Click the link below
to get started.
Get started now.
There you go. Yeah.
Soul Soldier has a question. If the seller says yes to the sale of part of the land apart from the house, what happens next?
If they want, what would you say? If
they want to sell the land but not the house.
Oh, you got to make the offer.
But he's saying that if they say yes to selling the land but not the house.
Yeah, he's that's the split and flip.
Okay.
That's what he's trying to say. Yeah. Yeah. You got to make the offer. You got to identify what portion of the land you want to purchase. My process is I'm going to see what's the most activity on what size acreage. That's where a tool like Land Insights will, do its thing or whatever. And that's what I'm going to probably target. It may be bigger than that, but I know, like, I may target 13 acres, but I'm really looking at it in maybe 4 to 5 acre parcels or whatever. But because of the way the land is laid out, that'll factor in greatly. I'm trying to get the best part without the house. That's what I'm going to target.
That makes sense.
Mark wants to know, any thoughts on North Carolina's new wholesaling law?
I hadn't seen theirs. If you know, please share, because all of them seem to be totally different from each other.
And Rudy felt like you was tripping about the HP, but because they just bought an HP, so we got that cleared up.
No, they good. Y'all good. Let's get it, Rudy.
Get it from Walmart and Best Buy.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Let's see here.
The right equipment.
Adrian, are there any free apps to find owners? This Adrian, thanks for joining us. It's my first time seeing you.
There's Fizbo.com, forsalebyoowner.com. There's Zillow.com.
I think she means like owner who owns it and I guess contact information.
I mean, free app. You want contact information and who owns it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I typically use Fast People Search for that.
Well, yeah. Now you can use the county website to identify
the name.
Who owns it. Yeah, some county websites are easy to maneuver than others. Just keep that in mind or whatever. So, but yeah.
All right. And Gemini Always was saying that she thought that the seller will send you to the agent when you go to them directly.
Not always.
Not always. Depends on the mood and what the agent is doing.
Yeah, they may not be happy with that agent at all. So we really didn't expand on that when somebody asked that question a moment ago. So if you did that,
you have to wait till the listing is over, right?
Well, I said that the proper way to do it is not to do that. That is what I'm telling you. But there's nothing against you doing it. You probably, I'm pretty sure someone does that and probably does that and makes money from it, right? Just targeting properties that are listed, but mailing out something to the seller. And they already want to sell, so it's low hanging fruit. They just got an agent involved. But this is if I was going to do it, if Tyrone was going to do it, I've never done it before. I know what they're asking, right? I know what they're asking. And so what you're doing is you're bypassing the influence of the agent initially. Let me just say that. And you may just say, hey, I'm gonna just send everybody that has a listed property that I want to target, not everybody, but the ones that I identify, I'm going to send them a KISS offer, right? I'm gonna send them a direct mail piece offering them what I'm showing them, what my KISS number would be. And so when they reach out to you, they already know what you want to pay. And or if the agent reaches out to you, I see my client says you sent them a letter. You didn't know this was listed? No, I didn't know it. Well, do they want to accept it? Well, what you got? Or yes, I knew it was listed. I just wanted to go directly to the decision maker. Like, so, now what? So hey.
You say it's not a law against it, so
Yeah. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I'm just saying, if I was going to take, that's what I would do. That's the mindset. I'm going to send over the offer that I would make on it. I'm not just going to ask them, hey, I want to buy your house. No, I'm going to send the number over that I'll pay for it.
And Shauna said they have been around a year.
Okay.
Not brand new.
Okay. All right.
Gary Rawls just hit me. I noticed that you said you wouldn't target a home that was on market for over 200 days. What is the max number of days that you would not target a property?
I said that.
Yeah, because you're not saying that. You're just saying a lot of times when it's not getting a lot of interest and it's been there, you know that price is not the price.
Yeah, I just said that price is not the price. Yeah. The market is let you know that price doesn't work. Now, I think a lot of people think they just gonna get lucky and find a fool, and that happens a lot, actually. But as of now, the market has said this ain't the number,
and that person just may not be motivated.
Yeah.
That's all. Shazam, for KISS, I rarely see listings with less than 2 property photos. Should I target listings with more properties that have price cuts?
No, you shouldn't. That shouldn't be your focus. Just with listings with just 2 photos. It's just going to just come out of consequence. It may have 30 photos, but it's obviously it needs updating. And it helps that they've only, as far as establishing, hey, this agent is not marketing this property well. If it only has 2 photos, but man, I review listings for students all the time that they send over a ton of them with 1 and 2 photos or whatever. It's just going to depend on where you're targeting. I'm talking, they send over a lot or whatever that have 1 and 2 photos, 3, 4 photos like that. But that's not a deal breaker though, by no means. It helps. Oh, they sorry as hell. Like 2 photos? Come on, man.
He said he's only targeting Charlotte area.
That's your problem. That is right there.
There's more areas to target.
Yeah, so my man, you got to get out. Oh, I failed you, son. My man, I failed you. You got to go beyond Charlotte. That's going to limit you. Doing the KISS method will limit you if you're just targeting one city. It's going to limit you.
Day has a property. Oh, go ahead. What was you about to say?
You have over 300 more properties or cities you can target, my man.
Day has a property in Temple, Texas. Seems like that's the area she's normally in Texas, Temple, Texas. She wants us to combat.
Yeah, Day, she hitting the streets. The title of the thing.
I think they be finding like off market.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Estimate 228. Am I on there?
You own
228 on Zillow.
Doug Fresh in your own.
228, 219 on Realtor. Is it Realtor? Yeah, Realtor. I'll say 220. So we're at what, 110?
Yeah.
Too easy.
Yeah, that was the easy one.
110.
110.
Okay.
That boy sure can do some math.
Gemini Waves wants to know what is pay per lead. Well, she said, what is PPL?
PPC or paper lead. Her paper.
Pay per lead is a thing too.
Yeah, paper lead is the thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what was that? Speed to lead.
Yeah, Chevy was more or less saying, I think that's what it ran at. The cost was they were running Google ads, and I think he was saying if he do his numbers, KPIs, whatever we call it, it basically worked out to about $125 per lead.
Mm.
But that doesn't mean they deals now. It just means it's a lead.
A lead.
Yeah.
And it's going to close.
Yeah.
And Sherry Thomas has a property in Beeham. Didn't put the zip code, but you may know 2828 29th Place, Southwest.
Yeah, that should be West End. That should be 35211. Let's see though. 211. One of my favorite zip codes. All right, give me the address again.
Okay, it's 2828 29th Place. 29th Place, Southwest.
I did a show in Birmingham, Alabama. Took a trip to we got y'all. Look at him. Let's see. Let's look at the Google scenery. Oh, it's got its own. It's in its own little kingdom. Oh my. Okay, Google took their butt down this street too. Then this is from 2023. That's something.
They probably just took a zoom lens to do that. Well,
no, you had to get up in there somewhere now.
Yeah, I guess you had to. Yeah,
you had to get up
driveway. I wonder where is the street? Just that one, not on the other side.
Yeah,
that's deep in the cut.
Yeah, that's crazy. How much they want for this?
She's just asking to comp it.
Well, I know the area. I just want to see what buyers are playing now. This is a unique property because it sits off in its own little kingdom here. So let's see. Nothing on that. So they paid 20 for that. Pay 121. No, that ain't right. Oh, I know. This is off of Winona Road. And let me see. That's Lawson. So the project's over here somewhere. Let me see. Let's do this. Let's do this right here. Then let's do this. See, yeah, these are some public housing right here. And so you go all the way down that street. So it does dead end. Then you got this other house up here. That makes it tough. Something like this, because it's just off by itself like that. So we can't use these comps up here. This is like a different little neighborhood right here. How big is it? Don't know the current condition but looking at it, ideally you would want to be on something like this, probably about 10 to 15. Maybe you can move it for 20 to 25. Don't know the condition. Maybe can pay a little more. But I know it sits off by itself up here. That's what scares me about it. So it's hard to get stuff here. Then you got your little situation going here across the street. So a few things, I have them up in there every now and again. But it is walking distance from the high school, from Winona High School. So that's what Bush now went to school at. Well, I think that's where they graduated from, Torrey, right here.
Cliff.
Yeah. No, Bush and Johnny.
And Johnny. Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Cliff is brothers. Also.
Yeah. Cliff went to Winona too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Probably played baseball for him too, because I know
Yeah.
he's in.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Clip.
Hey, Ron,
You, time to go?
time to go, man.
Okay. All right. All right. So, yeah, we've been rolling pretty hard here. So, appreciate everyone that joined us. As you can see, if you want to be alerted, just text the word DING to 205-964-5243. And that'll get you. I'll start sending out the alerts to you guys to let you know we are live. And I guess that's it. Hopefully, we answered your questions. She'll be back in a day.
Friday.
Thanks, and we will see you guys on the FLIP SID.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Yeah.